What's up, guys? Welcome back to another workout. Today we're doing back and biceps, and we're getting right into it with our warm-up. And as you can see, I'm starting with shoulder dislocates, which I always start with. They're one of my favorites to help me get loose for upper body day. But as you will notice, all of these warm-up movements that I'm doing mimic an exercise that I will be doing in the workout, okay? That's the best way to warm up, okay? Whatever movement you're gonna be doing, whatever exercise you're gonna be doing, find a dynamic way to warm up doing that same movement, because that's the best way to warm up the muscle groups that you'll be using in your working sets. So for example, I'm actually gonna be starting my workout with barbell bent over rows. And as you can see here, I am literally doing rows with the band itself, okay? And also I'm doing bicep curls with the band, which I will of course be doing bicep curls in this workout as well. All right, now let's get into the actual workout. So I am still doing warm-up sets, okay? Especially for the first few exercises and specifically the first compound movement, because this will really allow me to warm up all of those muscle groups. So here you saw me warm up with the bar itself. Now I'm adding on a little weight. This is still not going to be the weight that I use for my working set, but it allows me to just get a better feel. Sometimes it's hard when you're warming up with just a bar. Like, I don't know what it is. I just don't feel like it's as stable for some reason. It's weird. You know, when you've been lifting for a while, I feel like you just kind of get used to lifting a certain weight, and it kind of makes it harder to actually get a feel for your form before going into that working set. So anyways, that's what I was doing. But with this exercise, obviously we are working our back. We want to keep a neutral spine, a flat back. One of my biggest tips when doing barbell bent over rows is to go into the row like you're going to do an RDL, okay? This will help you to get a solid stance before actually lifting the weight. And think of your back muscles when you're performing this exercise. Like, think contract, 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 because this will really help you to engage your lats, to use them to pull the weight and not muscle it up with your shoulders or your biceps, which does happen a lot, okay? And even I can get carried away with the momentum of the movement and trying to muscle up weight. So take your time, slow and controlled, and just work on your form. Now on to lat pull down. So as you can see, I already did a warm-up set. So now we're on to our heavy sets. Let me tell you, this exercise right here is literally the key to building the hourglass figure. This will give you the proportion you're looking for between your waist and your upper back, making the illusion of a small snatched waist. I'm telling you, if you've been neglecting back day, prioritize it right now. Get on it, make it a part of your routine, okay? Because it will pay off and it will have your body looking a lot more snatched. So this pop-up to the side is actually my training app that I use for my clients. So I build my own programs just like I build for my clients, and this is the workout I'm following. So it has, my designated reps that I'm following. It actually shows me what I've lifted in the past, which is always great to reference, because then like, okay, I did this amount of weight for 8 reps in the past. Like, let me push myself to do 10 reps now, or maybe let me up the weight by 5 pounds and, try to get the lower end of the reps for the rep range, you know what I'm saying? But it really holds you accountable to continuing to push yourself and to do progressive overload, which is ultimately what you need to be doing if you're trying to lose fat and tone up, right? So before I start rambling, let's get into these close grip seated cable rows. Now, this is another staple for back day. As you can see, the theme today is pretty much pull in a row. All right, that's what we're doing. We are working our upper to mid back primarily. And like I said, I'm really trying to build that hourglass figure, right? And building your upper back is what's going to create that hourglass figure. So with most rows, your lats are going to be the target muscle, but you're also going to be using your traps and a little bit of your biceps, but you do want to avoid using your biceps and your traps as the main mover in these exercises, okay? The biggest mistake I see people doing is they are shrugging. So don't do any type of shrugging motion. This is a pull, okay? A row. You feel your bicep working really, really hard, or if you feel your traps really working to lift the weight, you probably are doing it wrong, and I would check your form. All right, on to the next exercise, which is reverse flies. So we are doing 10 to 12 reps for 3 sets of these. Man, this exercise will humble you, okay? This always humbles me every time. Always be thinking like, okay, we're ready to go up in weight this time. And then I end up putting the stick right back to the lower weight that I was at before. This is, an exercise that literally focuses on your delt, which is a very small muscle group. So it makes sense that you usually are not going to be able to lift as much as you would for other exercises. The biggest tip I can give for this exercise is just do not swing your arms, okay? Slow and controlled, the stretch will naturally happen and you don't need to swing and try to use momentum to get good reps out. Now we are on to barbell bicep curls, which I'm sure most of you guys have seen before. For this, all I can say is, once again, no swinging, okay? Your elbows should be locked in place, and that is the best way to make sure that you are engaging and using your biceps to lift the weight and not using the rest of your upper body. Also here, I'm actually lifting very lightweight, okay? This is like, I wanna say it's either a 20 or 30 bar. And I'm honestly capable of lifting more, but this day I was a little tired and I didn't have it in me. If I would have lifted any heavier, I would have also compromised form. So always, listen to your body and never compromise form just to lift heavier. All right, now we have made it to the last exercise of the workout, dumbbell single arm bicep curls. Usually I actually switch these last 2 exercises and I do single arm first and then I go into barbell bicep curls. Don't ask me why I did it like this day. I honestly don't know. I probably just had a brain fart. Definitely would recommend doing them the other way around. That way you can kind of finish off with the lighter weight and really rep it out and do as many reps as you can. But thank you so much for watching, you guys. I appreciate all the love and support on my YouTube channel. I'm doing my best to crank these videos out for you weekly, so please subscribe if you haven't, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Bye.